Welcome again, Cancer. It's February 2017. Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. You know, intense communications continue for you, especially given that Mercury has been transiting that 7th house, which is your marital and significant relationships sector. And it's been in conjunction with Pluto, the transformative planet. We've talked about this. That's a planet that moves very, very slowly, very dynamically, sometimes destroying a lot of things in the way that it functions, very much like a bushfire, which burns through to allow the seeds to sprout forth with new growth. It's the transformative planet, and Mercury in conjunction with this planet shows us, especially seeing as you've had what we call a T-square, these two simultaneous right angles against Uranus and Jupiter in your career sector and your domestic sector, also playing a part in this. So a lot of tension can play out when these planets are affecting you, especially in what we call the foreground, these angles of your horoscope. The foreground, 1st, 4th, 7th and 10th house of the horoscope are particularly notorious for really bringing these affairs into prominence. So what does it all mean? Look, apart from that, Mercury is one of the personal planets. The moon, of course, is a personal planet. You've had Mercury with Pluto, and moon on the 1st of February, right there in conjunction at 2 degrees of Aries with Mars in your 10th house. So there's a real sort of intensification of the emotions, in your case, an intensification of the intellect in your relationships and in your workplace relationships especially. So you need to be careful of that. This moon is going to swing around on the 11th, I believe, if I'm looking at these charts right, to form a full moon. They're in the 2nd house of finances in the sign of Leo. So this is also significant that your ruler, the moon, indicates predominantly where, over every few days, where you're going to be focusing your attention. And around that time, around the middle of the month, 11th to the 13th, very powerful full moon taking place in your finance sector. So things could shift away from these personal agendas to money matters. Of course, the sun is in the 8th house, which is shared resources. So I'm just wondering, and we touched on this maybe last month or the month before, that, the position of Pluto in the 7th house, which seems to be a bit of a theme today for you for this month, for a long period, but especially with Mercury there, that there could be some power plays going on, dealing with people who want to control the situation. Money could in fact be part of that game. So are you going to play that, or are you going to be a little bit clever, sidestep that and understand that money is not usually the problem? In this case, I think money is going to be symptomatic for you, and you need to look at other ways to deal with what's going on in your relationships. So the moon in the upper part of the chart, in close conjunction with combative Mars, Mercury with dominating and transformative Pluto, Sun in the 8th house, and then the full moon in the 2nd house, all pointing to tension there may be associated with your work, with finance, finding that you're not able to supply the emotional support that you want to your loved ones due to the demands of your profession. Or it could be vice versa. Maybe you are the one that is not feeling supported by others. In any case, you have to be a little bit careful not to be distracted. There's that smoke and mirrors thing that goes on where you're looking at the money when in fact it's a whole lot of other things going on deep within on an emotional level. And that's usually the case with you, being one of the most emotional signs, a water sign, the Cancer star sign. You have to find ways to deal with that, not brood over it. I think you'll be more forthright this month, to be honest. Having that conjunction with Mars, that makes you more vocal, and having the Sun aspecting the second house of speech makes you more vocal. You are a little bit worried having this transit of the North Node through the third house. But I think, given that the third house transit of the North Node is considered generally a good transit, that it's more to do with worry over things that you can't control, rather than anything really serious taking place. So I'd be saying you need to relax a little bit on that and do continue to take care of your health, because you do have Saturn transiting in the 6th house of health in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius for you means the hips, the leg, the upper leg. It has to do with the sciatic nerve, and so therefore these parts of your body relate to maybe poor posture. We see that Mars in the 10th house can sometimes bring accidents, injuries, arguments, bad posture in your work or through your professional activities. If you're doing work that is exertive physically, then again you need to be careful to ensure that you do things in a safe manner. I do look forward to your company next month. Of course, this is just a snapshot, and I would like you to take a closer look at what I've prepared for you there in the monthly forecast at astrology.com.au. We have our daily readings there, and right now I have also put up the yearly readings for 2017, so you can get this snapshot in the context of what the larger picture is for you throughout the coming 12 months. Do look forward to your company again. Take care, and thanks for joining me.